So just to remind you guys, I had a decent little sized group of people come into my office this morning. If I ever get like too many people, I'll just move my office hours to the room. If that's one reason why somebody might not be coming, is it's probably too busy, I don't want to go there. I'll just move us to a bigger place. Whoop-de-doo. Right? So it's not a bad idea to do that. Okay, so what I want to do, very first thing, I want to do a real quick little example just to remind everybody how to do these correlations. I want to do one little, have you guys work on a correlation problem just to keep that stuff alive in your brain before we get into chapter 11. Here, thank Chris. So, let's say I have this data up here. Data. Let me see. Let me get you guys to help me out a little bit. I'm going to make these up. Let's see if you guys can do this. I like to ask a bonus question kind of like this, but a little more specific. But if I put, I'm going to put a 29 here. What would I have to put here in progression so that the R comes out negative something? Let me say that again. I want the R to come out negative. So what should happen to these values? Because what is a negative? Yeah, they have to go down because a negative R means there would be like a negative slope. So as X gets bigger, Y gets smaller. So give me a number for here. Yeah, I'll do one. 20, 24. Now give me one for this one. 18, sure. Now watch this. 19. Haha. And then maybe this would be like, sure, let's go crazy. All right. Okay. So some people get a little hung up. They're like, well, right here it didn't go down, so the whole thing is shit. No. This is about a trend. You will always have people that buck the trend. How many variables am I comparing up here? Not values, variables. X and Y, 2, right? Could be years and grade. It could be years and length of a salamander. It could be whatever, right? You guys with me on that? How many variables could go into any situation? A lot, right? So these two variables do seem to have a negative relationship. As one increases, the other one tends to decrease. Just because it doesn't do that in one location doesn't kill that. It just weakens that relationship a bit, maybe. Right? But that doesn't mean that there's nothing to be gotten from looking at that. Right? Okay, maybe. All right, now, let's all remember how to put this stuff in the calculator and do stuff on the calculator, make the picture show up. Yeah, this is great. Why can't it be done already? Okay. So it should be, hopefully the first step should be pretty straightforward. Just put them on in here. I'm using the old school calculator. I think you all understand this, but do you sort them? Hell no. You gotta maintain the relationship. I happen to have those numbers in order, but they don't have to be. I did that so it was easier for us to consider the other one. Okay, where do I go next to start calculating some stuff? Where do we get the line and the R value? Stat? Calc? Number 4. I like it. It's kind of a big clue. You know, I want a line. A clue. I want a line. That's got a line in it. Okay. So what's wrong here? Yeah, L1, L2. Now again, if you have an even older school calculator, all it says on the screen is 1 var stats, or I'm sorry, is linreg. It defaults to list 1, list 2, so you can just hit enter. Be done with it. Me, I gotta go through this shit. All right, now, real quick, does this happen to anybody? Anybody else not getting their arc? Okay, you and me. Here we go. We're gonna have to do this. It's second, 0. You with me? You get that? Now hit the D button. Right there is the D button, right? Bam. So the X to -1. That should be on my D section. Right, so hit that D button right there. You see it? Are you there? And you scroll down to diagnostic on. And then you hit enter, enter. And then you go back. Stat, calc, oh shit. Stat, calc, number 4. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We did really good. I mean, this obviously we made this. This came out stronger than some of you guys might have thought it would, but isn't that pretty strong? How do I know it's pretty strong? What's close to what? Careful. R is close to, in this case, -1. I like it. Go look at R squared. Everybody okay? All right. So it came out negative, which is what we expected. Now, how do I get that line of best fit to show up? I'm just going to write it up here so I don't forget it. How do we get that to show up? Where do I go? This is so bright. Oh well. It just doesn't show. See the Y? You guys with me? Everybody all right? 3 more days, guys. We're gonna make it. And then I can put in there -1.98x. Oh shit. Let's put the point in the right place, Jeff. Plus 43.97. Now if I hit graph right now, I'm going to get some really weird shit. So what step did I forget? Zoom. Stat, which is number 9 for most of us. Still didn't do shit, so I have a calculator, I haven't set this up yet. I didn't turn the stat plot on. So if this happens to you on a test, if you do zoom 9 and you get that, don't just say, well, I'm losing those points and keep going. Come up to me. You're borrowing a calculator that nobody ever turned the stat plot on, so you just got to turn this sucker on. Everything else looks good. Now I've hit zoom 9. And now I can really see why it's such a strong R, such a strong relationship. I like it. I don't know. Oh. Y equals, right there, the Y equals. Bam. And you just put it in. Don't forget the X.
Well, mine didn't get the line. Like, how did you put the line?
Right here.
Oh, yeah, I plugged that in, but...
Do you have an X?
Oh, the X.
If you don't put the X, I really hope some of you guys understand. What does Y equals 2 look like if you graphed it? Does anybody remember? Y equals 2. No. On an XY plane. It's going to be a horizontal line. Y equals always 2, so you're always 2 up. So that's, does it care what X is? No. So if you forget the X value, you're just going to get a constant. It's going to be this, and it could be off your screen. The X is what makes it go diagonal, because then as X changes, Y will also change. Otherwise, Y don't give a shit what X is doing. Okay, maybe. This is why knowing algebra is actually helpful. Some people don't believe in that. Graph, so we all get that, is that cool? Just looking at the data, let me see. What would you predict if somebody was at 9? What would you predict for an output? Well, like, okay, cool. Like 27 maybe? Somewhere around there, you guys with me? Let's see what it is. You can either just put a 7 in, right? You can do Negative 1.98 times 7 plus, I forgot what the shit it was, 43.97. Thank you. And then I remembered I wrote it down for myself. Right, you can plug a 7 into the equation. You with me? And we get 30. Why is it not quite right? This is not a perfect fit. If I go back to the graph, I could even do this, second calc value, put a 7 in, and there it tells me 30. Now, why am I putting a 7 in? Let me go back and do this again. I don't know why I'm putting a 7 in. 30 is good, because what was it for 7? 29, that's pretty good. What am I supposed to be putting in there?
11.
No. A 9, right? I'm trying to predict for 9. That wasn't in our data. So let's see, now that's 26. That's pretty close to our 27. That was a guess. And again, if I hit second calc value, I could just put 9 in there, and it comes out with the same thing, because it uses that formula. You guys all right? Maybe a little bit? So I'm always going to ask you that question too. Predict what the output would be for this. Right? And then you just got to plug it into the equation.
When I did that, it gave me an error.
Which,
With the second calc value.
no, just calc. Yeah, I'm sorry, second calc. And oh, so put 9 in. You get an error? Okay. All right, guys, so there are two sides to this thing. One side ain't gonna mean a damn thing to you. The other one says side 1. So, side 1. So I want you to work on this problem. You can work with somebody else or not. Up to you. On this problem, if you get it graphed like this, you can call me over and I can make sure that it's acceptable. Remember, on the final, I'm going to have you come up and show me your graph and your line of best fit. Wait, I thought I gave an extra one. Oh well. Pass it across the back. Oh, there you go. Thank you.